brought to you by Unuhum.
Yes, I am so excited to read this because I actually grew up reading these books and I am very familiar with the characters Beef, Chip and
Maybe Keeper?
yeah, Keeper. So I really like these books and they really encouraged me to read more because especially when I was doing my ABCs when I was very small, these books really helped me to make my reading skills better. So I definitely recommend you buy these from Unuhum. So let's get right into it. Called Dutch Adventure. So this is the first book that we are going to be reading and Aditya is going to be reading it, right?
Yeah.
So we are not going to be reading the whole book. We are going to be reading about 2 pages. So if you guys want to you guys want to follow the adventure, you guys need to buy the books from Unuhum and you can check out because this book is actually really interesting. We read it and it's really interesting. So it's like one of my favorite ones. So yeah, Aditya, start reading.
We'll start a random page that is interesting.
Yes, they're interesting.
You might really want this book.
This page.
Okay. Turdy and Chip ran to the windmill. I hope someone is there who can help us, said Turdy. Near the windmill, they saw the man's bike. It was leaning against the fence. That's odd, said Chip. I thought the man was in a hurry. Turdy and Chip looked through the window. The man was inside. He had a knife. He was cutting the cheese in half. Why is he doing that? Said Chip. It looks like he doesn't want anyone to see him, whispered Turdy. So that's the pages that we're going to be reading. I hope you like it.
Yeah, so the next page is also a very interesting one, but we are not going to be reading it. You guys need to find it yourself. So you guys need to buy the books from Unuhum again, as I told you, because this book is really interesting. And so we didn't start from the beginning. This is a random page that we thought was very interesting. So if you guys want to check out the adventures, just buy the books. They're really fun. So yeah, that's what we're going to be reading for now. Also again, remember the name is Dutch Adventure. It's a really nice one. The magic key takes Biff and Chip to the Netherlands. They help stop a dam bursting and catch a diamond thief. All thanks to some Dutch cheese. So yeah, it's a very funny and interesting book. So I definitely recommend you get it. So thank you so much for listening to us. And now we're going to be reading the next book.
Let's move on.
This one is also really interesting. So I'm going to read what it says. It just keeps on raining and raining. The stream overflows and the park is flooded. What will happen if the rain doesn't stop? So my sister will be reading the page. We're only going to be reading the first page and even the second page, but we are not going to be reading the entire book as I said in the last one. You guys need to buy it from Unuhum. I really love these books and I definitely recommend that you guys buy this book whatever age because they have advanced and they have average. So I definitely recommend you get these books. So now again.
Okay. It had been raining for days. Oh, this rain, said Biff. I wish it would stop. I am taking Floppy for a walk, said Mom. Who wants to come? Biff and Chip looked at her.
on the cover. Characters that we mentioned are also here. It's like flooding in their town and it's like really crazy, so I definitely recommend you get these books. Again from Unuhum. So happy they're selling these in Sri Lanka, one of the best books. So yeah, we're gonna go on to the next one.
And also, their house is flooded also, not only the ground.
Yeah, their house is also flooded. It's just a crazy story, so I definitely recommend you guys get it. Now let's move on to the next book. Now we're going to be reading the book Time Runners. This is a really interesting book and I definitely recommend you get it. Again, it's from Unuhum. So now let me read the description. At last, the time web is up and running and the children can begin their work as time runners, helping Mortlock to defeat the Wyverns. But their first mission to ancient Rome shows they still have plenty to learn. So it sounds really interesting just from the description. So we are only going to be reading up to chapter 2. It's a really interesting book. I haven't read the whole thing, but just from this chapter 1, you know that you have to turn to the next page. So Chip, okay, so let's just read the first chapter. Chapter 1. Chip couldn't sleep. Living in the time world was exciting enough. But now they had started training to fight the Wyverns. There was so much to learn as well. With a sigh, he sat up and flicked a switch. The lights in his sleeping pod glowed. He picked up his training manual and began to read. As he read, Chip held the communication link in his hand. He couldn't wait to use it for real. He couldn't wait to become a time runner. Alright, so it's a really interesting book. Just from the first chapter, you know that like you can't stop. You have to turn to the next page, like because it's so interesting. So Time Runners is a really nice book. All of these books that we have gotten are from Unuhum. So you definitely should buy them. I'm so happy that they have that these books are here from Unuhum. Thank you so much Unuhum for getting these books. It's Time Runners and all those. Even the titles, they just sound so interesting. So if you want to get this book, remember, buy it from Unuhum. So that's all we have today, guys. So I'll see you all next time. Bye!